So here's the thing. Kyle, here's the thing. It's hard to convict someone in those circumstances. It seems like it was arguably self-defense. But the part where Kyle is guilty, AB said delete me from this conversation. That's fine. Don't say anything. This is just my opinion. I mean, the part where Kyle's guilty is that he went to a protest that had nothing to do with him, armed, and created an unsafe situation. So I would say while the people he killed and shot, I would say, you can legally say was in self-defense. And looking over the details and stuff, you can credibly argue that, he was in fear for his life or bodily harm. But he fucking went there to a volatile protest. Okay, these people are protesting an unarmed black man being killed by the police. This is an extremely volatile protest. They're burning shit. They're rioting. He goes there with a gun. What the fuck do you expect to happen? Okay, you're gonna run into another protester with a gun. He's going there expecting to get in a fucking gunfight or knowing that's a strong possibility. There was no reason for him to be there. There's no need for him to be there. The fact of that being that the only violence that took place that night was the people he killed.
Yeah, the only people who died were the two that he killed. So
exactly. So that's
if he was
proof,
preventing violence, then he failed in that mission.
That's proof that he was the reason for that violent situation. Now, what's really fucked up is that the person that bum rushed him to begin with was someone off his meds who was mentally unwell. He was protecting himself. Actually, Kyle was running from him saying friendly, trying to get the guy to chill, saying like, I'm not your enemy. The guy was unwell. He was off his meds, and he kept coming after him. He tried to take the gun from Kyle. Kyle shot him in self-defense. Now, the problem is that if you're at a protest and you see somebody shoots one of the protesters there, you're going to perceive that as a fucking threat. So the other guys that went running after him were also acting in self-defense at that point. Because they think there's an active shooter at a protest, and what they're doing can be perceived as heroic and brave to run towards someone who's a gunman shooting protesters. That's what it looks like, and there's no way to say like nobody actually knows that what happened there. The problem is when you put yourself in that situation, it all goes to hell. Kyle created that situation by being there, right? So, the thing is, they tried to get him on murder and stuff, and I feel like you could have got him on manslaughter or something where he created.
They 100% overcharged him. Yeah, it's like insane.
Obviously, I don't think Kyle. It's a manslaughter. He created this fucking horrible situation that he put himself in, that he didn't need to be there. That resulted in 2 people dying and 1 person maimed. They overcharged him. And I don't think, he was acting in self-defense. The issue is that he created this situation, and so he should have been charged for manslaughter or something like that, which I do think he's guilty of. That's my fucking take.
Fair enough. Agree with most of that.
What do you disagree with?
Well, I mean, no, I guess generally I do. You honed in on it at the end there, which I think the big mistake is that they tried to get him on these charges when they really should have just gone for the lesser ones. I don't know. Political pressure probably is a big part of the reason why they did try and go big.
Well, you got to do a whole breadth of charges. Like he was traveling.
They sort of did.
He was traveling interstate with a weapon. He was fucking, creating. I don't know. Yeah, why just charge him for all these murder charges? It doesn't make sense. Obviously, he's gonna get off on the murder.
Right.
Because people are saying bad take. Why is it a bad take? If you think it's a bad take, call in right fucking now and debate me. How about that?
Let's not do that.
Well, tell me why it's a bad take in chat then, because I'm just curious.
I mean, what does chat know?
Well, I'm just curious.
Chat was saying Jordan Peterson isn't religious earlier. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes, he is.
And this is what I'm saying.
That's my take, bro. They overcharged him. No way he was going to get locked up. Yeah, I agree. They overcharged him. It was psychotic. The prosecutors were absolutely fucking horrible as well. Why do you think it's a bad take? I'm genuinely curious. I'm waiting for comments.
Murderer.
Okay, Keemstar. So Keemstar thinks Kyle's a murderer. That's pretty based.
I feel like maybe self-defense, some people take that as like a completely not guilty way, but that's obviously not what you're saying. 'Cause you're
Yeah,
saying
I mean,
that-
if you guys listen to any point past that, he explained his reasoning. I feel like people jumped on that right away once you said that.
Yeah,
I'm
and I
waiting.
mean, the like you said, I think the really pertinent thing is that if you narrowly examine it to just the specific incidents leading up to the shooting, which is what the trial ended up being, because that's, they did not allow a lot of extraneous circumstances or evidence to become a part of the trial. That first encounter with Rosenbaum, who is the, psycho dude who R-worded children and everything.
And he charged him like,
Yeah, you could perhaps make an argument that that was in self-defense, but like you said, I mean,
I think there's a pretty good argument that it was in self-defense. He charged Kyle.
yeah,
Kyle said, friendly, 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 ran away from him. He only shot him once the guy got caught up to him and tried to grab his gun and brought him to the ground.
and furthermore, there was somebody, a third party, who started firing his gun up into the air.
Who people don't know who that was. I don't
Well,
think they ever caught
no,
him.
they do. Yeah, they do. No, it was part of the trial. That guy's name is known. He wasn't
okay.
shooting at any. He shot his gun into the air, kind of coincidentally right
But-
at that moment. So from his perspective, he thought he was being shot at. But like you said, from that point on, the people. He is in the middle of a crowd, just shot somebody, and it's a chaotic situation. Not everybody knows what's going on. And the other dudes were just trying to stop what they thought was an active shooter. Just
That's
like you
exactly
said.
what I said.
Yeah.
He created a situation that once you shot this guy, even if he was chasing you down, people are going to reasonably think that you're just shooting protesters, and they have every fucking right. In fact, it's even heroic of them to step in interest of their self-defense and the people around them self-defense.
Right.
So again, he's responsible for the situation being volatile and out of control there.
Right.
And
yeah, like you said, he shouldn't have been there in the first place.
I don't see anybody trying to just argue against saying it's a bad. He didn't kill 2 black people. He killed 1 white person. That's why he's saying he supports BLM. They love to contradict themselves. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. But
What?
If Kyle only had a med kit strapped to his chest instead of a rifle, things would have turned out differently. Of course.
100%.
Because nobody else got hurt there. The only time someone got
The
hurt
only people
is because
dead
some
are the
asshole
ones
would-
that he killed. Exactly.
Exactly.
showing up with a gun is anticipating violence.
Yeah.
Well, it's also it's an act of.
To be even carrying.
It is an act of. It's
Yeah.
it's a threat of violence to be walking around with a fucking AR.
Yeah.
People are saying, "Are you missing the fact that he's 17?" No, I'm not missing the fact he's 17. What do you want me to do? I mean, I do think it's weird that in our justice system we have this rule that you're 18 till you're an adult, but if people hate you enough or think your crime is violent enough, they'll charge you as an adult. I think it's stupid. If you're a kid, you're a fucking kid. If you're under 18, your brain don't work so good, and people have a way better chance of being rehabilitated. Although not in our justice system, which basically our justice system is like anti-rehabilitation. But you know what? Yeah, he was 17.
if anything,
What do you
it
want me to say?
reinforces
I
bad
don't know what to
behavior.
say. So what? I'm just talking about the crimes. Somebody disagree with me. I fucking dare you. People just like to say bad take. Bro, someone said that didn't mean you should get away with murder. Okay, well, again. Yeah, I love y'all, but I love to hear what Dan Ian podcast because so this guy wants a Dan Ian podcast. Ian won't even talk. How's he going to do a podcast? I can't even get him to talk.
I am switching.
He's switching. Exactly. Someone said when you do any kind of formal training, they tell you never to use your weapon to defuse a situation. If you're carrying, you have to clearly state your intent to use deadly force. That's exactly right. If you're walking around with a fucking rifle, you're signaling to people around you that you are a threat. You're a menace.
He literally had a fire extinguisher in his hand until somebody jumped him and aimed a gun at him. He did not instigate.
Nobody-
What else was in his hand?
Okay, so
what
hold
else
on.
was in his hand?
Hold on. I got to correct you there because I'm very clear on this, on what happened, because I've been trying to formulate an opinion. So the first guy charged him. He shot him. It was at that point, there was the guy with the skateboard, struck him with the skateboard. He shot the guy with the skateboard. The third guy had a handgun in his hand. I don't think he ever pointed it to him. In fact,
No, he did. He admitted to pointing it at him. And it's if you watch the video, he did.
I listened to the trial. He was saying he had the handgun and he was running towards him, but he put his hands in the air. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Kyle shot him in the fucking arm.
No, you want to get this right. He pointed the gun at him. The guy himself said it
He's
under oath in the trial, and you can see the video that he points the gun at him.
He said it was
Okay.
not intentionally, but he did.
Okay, there you go.
Just because that was such a and he had previously in interviews claimed that he didn't ever pointed the gun at him, but then when he was under oath, he had to admit that he did because they showed a video of him doing it. So
Yeah, I think he
You wanna
just,
get the-
he heard gunshots. He took his Glock out and started running towards the
Right.
thing. Whatever, who cares? It was an unsafe situation for everyone.
not good. It's just not good.
Literally,
Don't go to protests with gun people.
somebody fucking disagree with me. I'm looking for anybody. It wasn't. Please watch the video breakdown. I'm not doing that.
This is too heavy for HDTV, man. Let's just move
Who
on.
cares? I'm at the end of the show.
Are we gonna end the show?
I mean, the food's here. How long we've been
Oh,
going?
the food's here. What the fuck are we doing?
It's already 5.
Food.
I mean,
You should
yeah.
watch.
Food's in
Jesus
here.
Christ.
I think you should watch